It's unreal that 2026 is so close.
If you don't get something better is gonna come your way.
What if I just, did something? What if I took an opportunity that I, gave up this year? What if I studied harder in some aspects? What if I did more stuff in other aspects?
This feeling is very normal but not talked about as much.
Not doing something doesn't mean it's the end of the world.
I am Mahdia.
And I'm Avani.
Welcome back to Passports and People. Today's episode is actually the last episode we will be recording and posting in 2025. So let's get on with it.
It's unreal that 2026 is so close.
I know I don't think I'll actually feel it until December because November is taking a while.
In this episode, we are breaking down the guilt feeling you get of what if I did better, what could have happened if I did more stuff, and kind of like that feeling of regret after not putting in your entire self into something, or putting it in but still feeling like it's not enough.
Yeah, I feel like this feeling is very normal but not talked about as much. I don't think it's something that even when I was deciding, okay, when I was applying to unis, when I was thinking, okay, but what if I get into a few, then how do I decide which one do I pick? And then if I pick one, what if later I'm gonna regret the one that I already picked? So I feel like this type of conversation, this topic can come up in so many different things, whether it's the grades that you got, whether it's trying hard enough for a scholarship or getting into university, which university you want to pick. So yeah.
Honestly, I have a lot of like, oh, what if I just, did something? What if I took an opportunity that I, gave up this year? What if I studied harder in some aspects? What if I did more stuff in other aspects? But the thought that kind of comforts me is the fact that everything happens for a reason, and that
Yeah,
if I didn't do it, it's because something else is probably out there, something better because of the situation that I'm staying in, or because of what actually happened instead. So I think that's something that I use to deal with it. But overall, I feel like really seeing, okay, like obviously you'd be very happy for your friends' achievements, but seeing their achievements, it can cause a lot of like, wanting to do better. You feel like you're not enough, even though you're probably doing enough in your own way, or going on social media and seeing all of it's not even just content of other people doing things, it's also content on, like the what's it called, toxic motivation of, oh, you didn't do it, it's gonna fail. Like, yes, it's supposed to be motivation, but no, because it does also pull down your mental health. um and also just personal standards in general, mine are really really high, which I'm trying to actually like lower a little bit. And um I guess familial standards as well, in general, cultural standards, they've all really meddled together into this really high bar that, sometimes, well, most of the times, you can't always hit that bar. You're going to fall short a little bit, but that's okay. And I think it's really hard for us to feel that way and accept that we actually, aren't achieving to that bar that we've set for ourselves, even though we're trying our best.
Yeah, I think comparison it's one of the main things that kind of worsens that feeling because say you're sitting here like, oh, what if I did this? What if I picked that uni? What if I just went there then and there? And that feeling at that point is the only thing that you can reflect upon. You know what I'm saying? But then again, like Avani said, you look at social media, you see your friends who took that opportunity, whether it's going to that specific university, whether it's doing better with your grades. You look at the ones who did do it and what you could have had, which I think definitely worsens it. I know for me. Um, so yeah, it can be really difficult, but it is very normal. It is something that I feel everybody's gonna go through, even if they don't talk about it. And the ideology of everything happens for a reason is definitely something that if you are going through this, that idea is going to help you so much, even if like I think of that with everything, right? That's like my life motto, like whatever happens, I that is constantly in my brain, right? But sometimes it can be hard to still accept it. Um, and I also believe that, if you don't get something, something better is going to come your way. What is actually meant for you is going to come your way. And you might not see that benefit now. You might not see the positives now, but in a few weeks, in a few months, in a few years, you will 100% look back and realize it. So even if you can't see it right now, trust me, if you just wait a little while, be a bit patient, keep your mind together, then like it'll get better.
I think another thing is that FOMO is definitely very real. But you've got to keep in mind, everybody feels it for one thing or another. Even the person that you think is doing better than you, that you're comparing to yourself, they're probably comparing themselves to like you or somebody else. Like everybody goes through that comparison thing. So it's a really toxic thing that I think humans need to like, dial down. But it happened because in the past, we wanted to better ourselves for survival. Now it's just used in everyday situations. Um, but yeah, just like remember that one lost opportunity or one bad grade doesn't define you, and that, you know, not doing something doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You've always got chances after.
Yeah, exactly. And to help this, like I said, it is very toxic. Even if you don't mean to stumble upon these things, even if you don't mean to make someone else feel that way, if you are that person who's on Instagram scrolling, looking at people's stories, looking at people's Instagram, it's okay to take a step back. Like, honestly, I encourage it. If especially for me, like when I do start feeling this way, I go on Instagram less, I go on TikTok less. I just step away from those people. I know even if they are friends, it's okay to like take a break, just not go on social media. It's so healthy and you'll find it to be so refreshing. So yeah, just try your best to like calm yourself down.
And remember, even if that is literally the end of the world, then, well, are you going to take that bad grade or any achievement onto the next whatever you believe in? No.
Yeah.
Like, it's only temporary, and you'll move forward from it and you learn from it. It's all experiences. It doesn't define you, is the first thing. And you've just got to remember that this is a lesson, and that life teaches you lessons so that you're better at something else that you do in the future.
And this guilt and stuff, it most of the time it's coming from you caring so deeply about that thing, wanting that thing so deeply, and maybe you're not in the best space right now, and that's why you're looking back at the things that you could have been in a better space right now. You know what I'm saying? If you aren't doing well now and you were like, if I took this, if I did this, then I would feel better. Um and a lot of the time we look at these not achievements.
Fallbacks.
Yeah, we look at these fallbacks, we look at these missteps, and we blame ourselves instead of learning from it. And that's, I think, one of the biggest things about life is that every single thing that any single time you fall down, you get back up and you learn from it. You don't sit there and think about what you could have had. So when it does come to this situation, look back and learn from it. There is something that you can learn, whether it's studying better or taking the exam better or filling out forms earlier or speaking about it with more people to like understand the situation more, just learning from it and physically like finding things that you can learn from is gonna make the situation feel like it counts. You know what I'm saying? That it's not just wasted.
There's also the other side where maybe you don't care about necessarily what it is, but you care because you're comparing yourself to somebody else. You think, oh, but that person did so well. I should have been able to do well as well. Like, you don't actually care about the thing, you just want to be good. But keep in mind, everybody in that instance has their own strengths and weaknesses, and your strength isn't someone else's strength, and their strength isn't something that you should scale yourself by. You should look at your strengths. It's like asking a fish to climb a tree and a monkey to climb a tree and test them both on how fast they can climb the tree. Like everybody is good at their own things.
Yeah, and you need to look at those things. You need to look at what you're good at. You need to look at what you and maybe this isn't the healthiest, but if you're really in like a deep down hole of all of this, think about what you possibly have that they don't have. You know what I'm saying? Think about the opportunities that you had now. Like, I am very much having this feeling in the sense that I should have accepted the university offer I had last year. But now
Mm,
in on Friday, I'm going to see like my best friend, my cousin, my sister, who I haven't seen in 3 years. And if I took that
mm,
opportunity, I wouldn't be able to go see her. So really just look at what you have and not what you don't have.
yeah. I think that isn't even a toxic behavior. It's just thinking positively, right? Like, you've got to think about what you have and be grateful for it rather than thinking about what you don't have. Because let's think about it rationally. You can't get what you don't have that you've already moved past from, right? You can't go back in time and change it. But what you can do is enjoy the current moment and try to achieve that another thing in the future. Maybe it's the same thing that you're, say, applying to university that you got rejected from or that you didn't accept and trying to get into there. You've got to think about not, oh, I rejected that university, I should have done that. You've got to think about, okay, well, I have another shot at this. Let's go, let's try this, because if I did it once, I can do it again. And I spent so much time this year like enjoying myself, and I really needed that break. And I actually had so much fun and learned so many valuable lessons. And everything does happen for a reason, you know? Like, maybe you just needed that break before starting uni. Maybe you just needed that time off to learn about yourself and really hone in on exactly what you want to do, build your resume, build yourself as a person.
Yeah, and I think this kind of comes back to last episode about gap years. No, but there's no set timeline, and I think that this is such a thing in society that like we've normalized so much that at this age you do this, at this age you do that. Like it's gotten so bad to the point where if you choose to take a gap year and then you feel like you're behind, you think, oh, I could have been already like done with my first year of uni. There's absolutely no timeline. Everybody's situations are so uniquely different that you can't compare. You can't think that I should have been here, because no, you shouldn't have. You are where you are. You know what I'm saying? There's no there's no should have. There's no at 18 I should have done this.
You are where you're meant to be, and if you're not, then that's a lie, because you're there and that means you're there for a reason. So don't lie to me. I don't
Never.
like
You were never somewhere else. You were never there. You know what I'm saying? So why think about something that you never even had? um
liars.
but yeah, even just like staying in that misery of I should have been there, I could have done this, I could have been where they are, that's not going to take you anywhere. You're going to just sit there, and if you keep that mindset forever, like I know some people who just continuously complain, and speaking about it and letting it out, that's completely healthy. That's good. You
Mm.
should be doing that, speaking to someone about it. But if you're doing it all the time continuously and you don't get out of it, you don't think about the other ways that you could do better or get out of it, then it's not going to help you. You're just going to sit there. You're always going to be regretting what you don't have. So just, yeah, you just need to be more positive. Be more positive. Think about what's to come, because you're not going to be depressed or in that negative space forever. Life is ups and downs, and those ups will come.
And like, I think about things that I could have done all the time, but then I think about what my end goal is and how I can achieve that instead. I think about the fact that I can't go back in time. That's impossible. But what I can do is prepare so that I have the skills that I need to get to where I want. So I'm able to get to there. And like, again, it comes back to my learning from your mistakes part, right? You get to analyze the situation, you get to step back, you get to think about what can I do so that next time it works, or what can I do so that next time I'm able to fully take over this opportunity or fully get that high grade or something, you know? Like, you can use it as, once again, a lesson, a learning tool to be able to um, build yourself and be able to get ahead even though you feel like you're behind, because truly there is no, it's not a race, it's a marathon, and you're not behind, you're just where you need to be.
Yeah, and if you think about your past goals that you have achieved, look at the journey that you took to get there. I bet it wasn't 100% as you planned. And nothing is 100% as you planned. There's always something small that pops up or goes wrong. So you can't be thinking that this is what I had planned and I was going a different direction, because in the end, you can still get to your goal, right? That is literally the goal, is to get where you want to be. And so even if you have to take a different path, even if you have
Good
to go
and
through
bad,
other
actually.
challenges, yeah,
Like, yeah, like you could end up like you might have planned for something, but things change, right? But sometimes it's for the better, or sometimes for the worse. But there's also times where it has been for better, where you've gotten unexpected opportunities, right? Which is like why it's so important to think about what you have. There's actually this saying, like, maybe it's just in India or something, but like if a child or like a baby is crying and it like keeps you busy from going out and they're like bothering you, it's actually a sign not to go out in that time, and that the child is trying to warn you that something bad will happen if you go out in that moment. So they're delaying the time that you go out so that it's safe when you step out.
yeah, really, everything happens for a reason. um yeah, so I think it's just important to focus on progress instead of perfection. I know, especially in movies and all of this, we picture this, amazing journey that we go through to reach this goal, and we want it to all be easy and amazing and fun, but that's not life. So if we focus on progress, we're going to get perfection, because then in the end, perfection is reaching your goal. So just focus on progressing, focus on doing better yourself to get to where you want to get.
I'm gonna be so real. I am such a perfectionist, but slowly I've been trying to break out of the habit and try to think about progress rather than being perfect, because again, no one is perfect. Like, there's no perfect in this world, like if you think about it, because everybody is so insanely different that there's nothing you can use to scale it, you know. You can't come up with a universal definition of what perfect is. There's nothing you can use to be able to measure perfectness. So you've just got to think about, is this good progress for what I want to achieve? Small progress is better than no progress, and even if it's no progress, it's never too late to start.
You need to use all of those feelings to try and keep yourself motivated, to then build new skills to help you if the situation came up again, and you can get through it better, easier. And you need to find ways to help yourself. You need to find ways, whether it's journaling, whether it's running, whether it's completely focusing your mind on a new project or something to help yourself feel productive. You need to find something that is your own. You need to find something that is going to make you happy. Doesn't matter about other people. You're literally, when it comes down to these type of things, they can get so bad and so negative within yourself, that you need to find something that just is completely going to make you happy, something that you feel like is not going to disappoint you. And that's another thing, is that a lot of the time we rely on situations to make us happy. We rely on other people to make us happy. And when those things don't happen, when those people disappoint us, then it impacts us. It doesn't impact the situation. It doesn't impact them. It completely impacts us. We shouldn't be relying our happiness and our contentment with life on that situation, on going to this thing, on hanging out with this person. You just need to find happiness and like being able to enjoy time by yourself. I think that's also a big one.
You know, if you don't have the motivation to do something, try and elevate your mood. You know, go out, play sport. Sport is a really good way for you to boost your mood, actually. um, Go out with friends if you want. You know, obviously, if you're going to keep comparing yourself, don't do that. That's not healthy. But you know, do something for you so that you're happier, because when you are happier, your motivation also lifts, you know. And if your mood is low, then like start doing stuff, even if it's a small thing, like maybe putting something away in your room. It automatically lifts up your mood because you feel slightly better. It's a cycle, right? If you have mood and motivation. If you change one thing, the other one parallelly changes. So try that out and see if it works.
Plan out a day for yourself. Like, decide that you want to have this really cozy aesthetic movie night by yourself with the best snacks that you absolutely love. Like, just spend some time with yourself. Get off of your phone, because continuously scrolling and seeing all of their things, honestly, there are times where I see people who are posting these things that are making me feel that way. I hide their story for a few weeks. I don't want to see it. It's completely fine. Don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're betraying that friend, or
You don't have to
anything
tell
like that,
them.
or like, yeah, or
You don't
even
have
if
to
you've
tell
like,
them.
it's for your mental health, it's to make you feel better, it's completely fine, it's completely normal.
And if they ask you, "Oh, have you seen my story?" Be like, "Oh, you posted? Not yet. Let me check." And then, you can see if you want, or you can just, "Oh, I forgot. Oops, I've been so busy."
You feel bad for it, then you don't have to. But or you could just open communication, tell them, or yeah, they could help. Yeah, they could help. If you have friends that you are comparing yourself to, speak to them, tell them what you're feeling, and honestly, it'll make you feel
We
better
have
because then they'll
friends.
explain to you, Avani, that's so sad.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sure everybody has friends.
I'm sure everybody has at least one friend. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
because I'm everybody's friend. So,
yeah, I was gonna say if you don't have any, then you're our friend.
yeah, so you've got two.
Yeah. So, speak to them, and honestly, you'll come out of that conversation feeling better because I guarantee that they will tell you the bad parts about it. You know what I'm saying? The parts that haven't gone so
Mm.
easy for them, and it just make you feel better.
That's a bit toxic. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it? No.
A little bit,
Open
feeling better
communication with
because
your
someone
friends.
else is no,
No,
but like
no,
feeling
no, no,
better because
no,
someone
no,
else isn't doing that great. Like,
no, but it's not that. Okay, if they're posting about it constantly, then I'm sure they're doing great. It's just like when we see it in our brains, we don't immediately think about the negative of that situation, whether it's going to that university.
mm,
We don't think about what like the negatives that we would be going through in that situation. You only think about the positives. You only think about, oh my
that's
gosh,
true.
I would be having so much
But
fun.
then again, like it's
But then
true. I
again,
get that. But then again, everybody only posts the best parts. Nobody posts their failures. So all you
you'll be
see is the
surprised. Some
good.
people overshare on Instagram.
Well, I've only
Okay, yeah, yeah.
seen the
Continue, continue.
yeah. But I've only seen people post their achievements, right? But I haven't seen anybody post about their failures. Unless it's like a guys, I failed, but like unless it's that, it's mostly just a bunch of stuff about how much they're doing in life, and that's what makes it worse because then you're comparing yourself to their achievements but not realizing that they also have setbacks just like you would, and you've got
Yeah.
to look at your achievements at the same time.
Yeah, and when I say about the community and your friends, in my brain, I'm picturing like a very close friend of mine, like almost like a best friend. So I understand why you would
Hmm.
think it's toxic, but like if they are a close friend, then they'd want to kind of try and help you feel better. And that's another
Hmm.
thing that you can go and lean on people. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you can't lean on those friends because they can't necessarily understand because they got the opportunity or the situation or the person,
Hmm.
speak to your parents or a sibling or aunties, uncles, speak to someone about it because I guarantee that you can relate to them. You can help them
Hmm.
understand, and then you'll just feel better because your feelings will be in a way validated.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, don't let anything define you, especially like I know that borderless is like university, get into college, like that's the main thing. But at the same time, they do encourage the ideology of that the university you go to doesn't define you. In like 4, 5 years, you're not going to be there anymore. It's just going to be another chapter of your life. I feel like obviously as teenagers, as younger adults, we think about school as such a big part of our life. But if you look at the entirely big picture, that's not that's such a small part of our life. I know it's a stepping stone to get to the job you want or the goal that you want, but it really, you can get that goal through other ways. You If you care about it that much, right? If you are thinking about, oh my gosh, I could have done this, I could have done so much, then you should care enough to overcome that challenge to then get to your goal.
I'm gonna say this now because nothing defines you except for what you decide defines you. Like what you choose to identify yourself with is the only thing that matters, because no matter what else anybody says, it's not valid because you know who you are, you know your true values, and well, unless you're like being completely mean to everybody, then convincing yourself that you're super nice. But like typically one bad grade won't necessarily mean you're a bad student, like you're a good student. You know that, and if you know that, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and you're the only person who knows of the struggle that you've been through. You know, getting that bad grade could have been for a specific reason, whatever that may be. And people, they don't see that. So you really, you need to look at it in your situation. You can't expect yourself to do exactly the same as someone else, because your life is entirely different. Your siblings, your parents entirely different. The way you were brought up entirely different. Even you to your sibling, even you comparing yourself to your sibling, you and your sibling completely different. It's so situational, it's so unique.
Even with siblings, like there's this thing that says even though you grow up with the same parents, you're both treated differently no matter what, which is true.
Yeah,
Like even by
and
a
your
little bit.
mind is differently. The way that
Quiet,
you
yeah.
respond to situations is differently. Even the way that you clean your room, the way like that you
Or
run
that
your
you don't
phone,
clean your
it's you.
room.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean, whether or not you clean your room. But yeah, even twins, it's just I can't imagine being a twin. That's like must be
Bro,
another
twins are
level of
never
like
identical. Like
comparison.
there's called identical twins, but there's usually at least one factor that makes you a like that
That's
allows you to
just
tell the
genetics.
difference between them. Yeah.
Yeah, and genetics doesn't dictate how
Genetics
you
is
act. It
funny.
doesn't dictate. Yeah, genetics is a real whack thing sometimes. But yeah, I can't imagine being like a twin and like being compared to your
Me
twin or
too.
comparing yourself to a
Like
twin.
having a
It's like they're doing
second
better.
you. Oh my god.
It's insane. But yeah, everything will get better. It always does. And even if you don't see the benefit and the positive of it now, look back at your life, think about what you missed, what challenges you went through, and how now you are so much better off because of it. Yeah, just
Hmm.
don't let it define you. Try and find that happiness within yourself. Really take a break from social media if you really need to. And
Hmm.
when I mean a break, I mean like you can delete it, you can deactivate it, or you can just like not look at people's stories, not look at people's posts.
Like be grateful for what you have because you can't change it. Like you can't change it in that very second. It takes time. So don't think about what you've lost. Think about what you can do to better yourself.
And these challenges that I handed to you, they've been given to you because you can handle it. There is
And also
absolutely
because you have to learn
everything.
something from it.
Yeah, everything that comes your way, every challenge, every part of negativity, everything that you get, you can handle it. It was given to you specifically because you can handle it. Why is it happening to you and not someone else? Because they probably are unable to handle it compared to you. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah,
Or maybe you just need that lesson for something in the future. So you never know. You never know. The world
yeah.
is weird.
Yeah, you
Weird is
will only
world.
know in the future, and even then things will change. So yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's really cool how this episode is basically about everything happens for a reason, and that's become our thing. I put it in our bio, and it's our last episode.
Yeah. And just to put it out there, Madhya isn't a teenager for very long left, but yeah.
I didn't
That's
think
why
about
she
it that
added the
way
young
though.
adult. That's why she
I
said
didn't
young
think
adult.
about it. I didn't think about that. I didn't know. I still have the entirety of 18 to 19. And then I have the entirety
Hmm.
from 19 to 20. Okay. A lot can happen in 2 years. Think
Hmm.
about 2 years ago, bro. 2 years ago, I was living in
Hmm.
Malaysia and now I'm in South Africa. So a lot can happen in 2 years.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hmm. So
Oh.
basically, moral of the story: don't lie on camera because I will point it out.
No, you see, I can't feel old because I have two older brothers and my best friend is older than me. So,
It's
I'm
okay. I'll make you feel old.
no, you can't because I feel in the middle. There's like you and my small brother, and then there's me, and then there's like my older brother. That's the
What
beauty
year
of
were you
being 2007.
born?
Oh, what were you? What year were you born?
2010.
That's so weird. You end like a double
No,
digit.
you know
That's
what?
so
My brother was born in 2017.
It's so wild. I've been babysitting these girls, and they
You're
have a
so
brother who's
old.
6 months old, and I'm like, what do you mean you were born in 2025? Like, what do you? That's so weird.
Like it's the big 25. You can't be getting born now. No offense, guys. No offense if you're a
Yeah,
baby
you
watching
missed
this.
everything. You missed everything, dude. You need to catch up.
Yeah.
No, that's a beauty
Born
of
in the
being a
middle
middle
of
sibling. Okay, you can never feel too young or too old. That's beauty.
right, okay.
I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your year.
Yeah.
This
And
is only
enjoy our
going out
yap
in
and tune in for
November,
our next year yap.
so yeah. Damn, 2026, guys. Enjoy your New Year's,
Hmm.
and your
Do work
traditions.
experience.
What do you do for New Year's? You do anything? Like, I know people eat the grapes under the
It's
table, 12
it's my
grapes.
brother's birthday on New Year's Day, so
Really? Oh my gosh, that must be
yeah.
so fun for him. I would love my birthday to be on New Year's.
Not really. We don't do much,
Why?
but yeah.
Don't do
Yeah.
much? No. New Year's, all I care for New Year's is fireworks, and then I'm happy and I'm
Mm,
set. Enjoy your December. It's gonna be peak summer here.
same.
Yeah, dude, the
But I'm
summer is, oh my
escaping
gosh.
during January, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, you're going to India. Are you excited to see
I
your
am actually
family, to
very
eat good
excited. I want
food?
food. I'm going for the food,
Yeah,
but yes,
yeah, it's
and also
always
and
for
also
the
my
food.
family, but like food.
Yeah, so stay tuned 2026 to hear all of our stories, and then you can get an update on my life because everything happens
Mm-hmm.
for a reason.
Yep.
So yeah, have
Yeah,
a
you can hear
amazing.
about us over the next 2 years of 2026 and 2027. 2026 7.
We were ending on
Yeah.
such a wholesome note, and then you had to ruin it with your
Ah! Okay,
brain rot
jeez.
crap.
I'm sorry for making things interesting around here. I'm sorry that one of us is an unk and the other one is
Okay,
interesting.
but think about the people who are listening to this.
I
They are
think they
going into
like this.
university.
I think
You
I'm the
think
one
that
getting
they
the
are saying
engagement views,
six,
okay?
seven? You think
Yeah,
so?
I
I
think they
don't know
are.
that.
I think
Okay.
they're laughing.
Hmm.
Y'all comment
Okay.
if
Oh
you're
my gosh, and
laughing.
there's so many good movies coming out in November, so enjoy, guys. There's like
Oh my god, there
Zootopia
are.
2, Now You See Me, Avatar,
Yes!
Wicked. So many
I want to
great
watch
movies.
Zootopia 2 so bad.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I think it's on the 27th or 22nd. I don't know.
23rd, 23rd,
Yeah. 23rd, I was close. Yeah. So
I think.
enjoy your
I think.
year. Yeah, enjoy your holiday, and we
Yeah.
will see you in 2026.
2026 is such an ugly number, but yes! Enjoy life. Don't be bums.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have
Yeah.
fun, it's summer
Yeah.
for some people.
Or
It's
winter.
winter for others.
Yeah. Maybe
Whatever
it
it is.
snows.
Play in the snow, swim, whatever for you guys. See you
Bye
then.
bye.